We are here at Universal Orlando to celebrate Mardi Gras. Blake Braswell, the show director of this year's event. Welcome, thanks for joining.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, quickly, let's get right into it. Mardi Gras. What was some of the first ideas, generally, about getting this event together? Because each year now seems to have a new theme.
Yep, so it's always about having a different, right now for us, it's doing a different theme each year. And so for this one, we kind of threw around some ideas and actually went down to New Orleans to go to Kern Studio. And Kern's the folk that make a lot of the parades float since like the 30s down in New Orleans for Mardi Gras in New Orleans. And that's who we partner with to make the floats here. So for our 6 newly themed floats, we had some ideas. We kind of came down, looked to see the different items and stuff they've had from the years they've been doing Mardi Gras, and we started to kind of come together on a theme, work with our scene designers, start put everything together, and then there you go. And this year's was party animals. And the big thing this year we wanted to do was to have a theme that also lived and tied within Mardi Gras very strong. So since Mardi Gras is a big party, everybody wants to be a party animal, it's kind of made sense. So the floats are like, they've got animals in like areas representing like the Arctic or like jungles or even under the sea, or we've got a swamp float, which is like my favorite because the characters are these crawdaddies and shrimpettes that run around.
Oh, we're very fond of the king frog.
Yeah. He's huge too. That frog's enormous on there. But so, and then when you see the floats, you see all the different performers, the costumes they've got. Not only are you have these animals, but they're also wearing like jester hats or Mardi Gras beads or Mardi Gras hats, so that everything is part of the Mardi Gras event as well.
And as far as designing whether the float or the costume, which is your favorite aspect of it? Because it seems like either or could be fun to like get together.
I mean, really, yeah. I mean, because it all kind of starts from like the same place. So once that spark kind of happens, we know where to go. We're working with our scenic designers. We've got our costume and character designer that comes in, and he knocked it out of the park this year. This is some of my favorite costumes that we've ever had. We've had that King Gator float for a long time now, and it's awesome to see that in our swamp float, we've actually got walking around King Gators for the first time. Yeah.
Now, followers may also know that you have a hand in Halloween Horror Nights.
That's right, yeah.
So preparing for, besides the blood and guts, what's something that you prefer preparing for Mardi Gras in comparison?
It's fun. I was actually talking to a friend about this who was here earlier. I get to go from the gore to like a party. And it's a blast because, right now we're in the midst of working on Halloween stuff as well. So it's a ton of fun to kind of put that aside and just come out here and have a really good time, have a really fun time. I get to work on stuff that's great for all ages. When we're doing this. And to be honest, it's actually one of my favorite things about this event is watching, we have our performers come out before the parade and they interact with guests. They do like dance party stuff in the street, and seeing them like interact with kids or whatever, like make a connection. That then later when the parade's happening, you'll see them see that same kid, and that kid goes nuts when they're pointed out in the crowd, and they recognize each other and that kind of thing. That kind of stuff doesn't really happen at Halloween, so it's really cool to see those sort of one-on-one interactions that get created here.
And as far as the beads, are you prefer the bead thrower or the bead catcher?
So, have you ever been on one of our floats throwing the beads?
Yes.
Until you do it, you'll never think it's that fun. It's so
true.
much freaking fun, man.
It's true.
It's a blast when they're throwing the beads. It's probably being up there throwing the beads. That's like the most fun.
Yeah. I think at one point last year we went for a week straight. Every time a friend of ours came in town, we got to ride a float, man. No, I want to see the parade. Ride the float. Ride the float. Well, Blake, thank you very much for joining us, and look forward to the rest of the event.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.